Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGenEd. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of Nano Dimension, ticker symbol NNDM. And so I wanted to do a follow-up on this one since it's been a while since I've gone over Nano Dimension and because some alerts that I've set have been going off, so I thought it was, a good time to revisit the charts. And so I should note that I am recording this on Wednesday, June 19th, and on the 18th, Nano Dimension closed at a price of $2.25, being flat in the after hours and actually being flat on the day. And speaking of $2.25, that is actually the level that I had an alert set at. So I did want to go over that because, we have retraced to a pretty important level, which you might notice here is the 786 at a price of $2.26.3. And that is based on this retracement going from the low of $2.06 hit on January 19th and going up to the high of $3.01 hit on March 4th. Since we have seen that massive up move, we have seen some bounces to the downside, and it does look like we have arrived at that key level, this 786. So the big question is this a dip buying opportunity, or is this just going to continue bleeding to the downside? And so one level that I did have marked here was $2.23, that being the closing price hit on January 12th. And we can see that we have pulled back to that level, having hit a low of $2.21 on Tuesday, June 18th. It does look like, though, that could be a butterfly doji, which suggests that that big wick to the downside indicates that we could be seeing a bottom forming here, also with that close being the exact same price as the open and the previous day's low. That big wick to the downside suggests that buyers are stepping in at that level, even though we technically did close 2 days in a row below that 786. We are effectively holding $2.25, and with this big wick to the downside, I am very curious to see what happens with the price action if we do see a bounce, at least going up to the 618, which is around a price of $2.42 from current price. That would represent about a 7.5% swing to the upside, and it does actually look like we have a gap about 8% above current price, and that is based on the closing price of June 12th being at $2.44. But so, we could also, though, do a full retracement. There's nothing saying that we are not going to do that. It doesn't say anything about it stopping at 786. So 100% retracement would be bringing price down to $2.06. Also quite possible, as I do have this downtrend here, that we do go lower than 206, maybe $2 a share just being a psychological level, $2 bill. Maybe that is where we stop. But if we do retest this downtrend, that could be bringing price to a little bit lower than $2 a share. Where the cursor is at, where that intersects with the line, that would actually correspond with a date of around the end of July, and that could be a price of around $1.96, $1.95, somewhere around there, if we do continue lower. But if we do see that we are holding 221 as a low, that we don't get any closes below 221, maybe there's a wick lower, but as long as we get a close, I would say above 225 at or above that level, maybe that suggests the bottom is in and we could be seeing some upside. And so if we are to see some upside, and this is to be the bottom, we can do a Fibonacci extension to get an idea of where price might be going. And so with that being the bottom there, just going to adjust those levels to the penny. We can see these levels to the upside, and like I said, a bounce to the 618 that would correspond with basically going up to the 236 here at around a price of $2.43 or 44 cents, also filling that gap. So I could see that as being a feasible target if we do get a bounce, but just like this bounce that we saw here, could be a dead cat bounce, and we do see prices going down to sub $2.06, maybe to 196. So, that is what I would be expecting. I would be expecting price to continue lower, but we might be, like I said, getting this bounce to around 244. I don't really think we'd be going to around 250. I think that we would be getting rejected. Having a lot of this consolidation here going to be tough to be getting back above and holding that level, as we didn't hold it previously. And one other thing that I can draw that might be suggesting that a bottom is in, but it also might be a little bit of hopium. That is just a downtrend going from the lows here, just being approximate there. But it does look like, even though we did get a wick well below that, we did close right around that downtrend. So it is quite possible that we are starting to form a bottom before maybe an 8% move to the upside to fill this gap before continuing lower to around $2 a share. And so, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.